Hi there. So it's Kathy with Be Creative with Kathy, and today is all about paper pumpkin. So this is October's paper pumpkin kit. It's called Joy to the World, and as you can see, it's Christmas theme. It's Christmas cards, sorry, and it's all about connecting with people around the world. So let's see what's in the kit, because I've played with mine a little bit. Let's see if I can get all this stuff out, and I'll just show you what's in there. I kind of have it, I'm going to dump it this way so we can start from the bottom up. So here's the instructions, right? They have all the instructions for 8 cards, looks like this. And then you get, 8 card bases. And I don't know, well, if you've opened your paper pumpkin and you notice I just discovered this, that 4 of them go this way and 4 of them go this way. But there's your 8, well, not 8 anymore because I've used a couple of them, card bases. And then the envelopes. Right, and the envelopes have the liner like that. I think that's pretty cool. I like when they do that. You get your foil pieces, and these are all the words. And then, oops, my banners look like they popped out. There's the banners too, the foil pieces. Sorry about the glare. And then you get these pieces here. Now these have been embossed, what I call dry embossed. And they're that knit. I hope, well, maybe you can see that, the way they're embossed. They're 2 different sizes for the 2 different cards. And then you get all your labels, and they are stitched, which I always love. So stitched labels. And then, oh, look, there's a piece I cut, fussy cut. But then you get these things. And these are cutouts for the card fronts. And I get enough for all 8 cards. The stamp set, now my stamp set is all, it's mounted over here because I've been playing with it, but the stamp set's really nice. It has a really nice Merry Christmas font, and it has joy to you and yours, sending to the world. And I love this stamp here that says, wishing you a very happy Christmas filled with fun and laughter. I'll put that on the inside probably of all my Christmas cards. There, you can see it better there. And then it has this little flower here that matches this one. And then it has the big wreath here with the berries that go in it too. And then of course you get your glue dots and your dimensionals. And this month's ink spot was Just Jade. And as you all know, I'm going to use my regular stamp pads. And then I brought in Cherry Cobbler. I couldn't resist, and I'll show you why. Now, if you don't have a Cherry Cobbler ink pad, and you haven't been a Paper Pumpkin subscriber long enough to have a Cherry Cobbler ink spot, you can purchase uninked spots, uninked ink spots, Stampin' Spots, whatever. They come 5 to a package, and then just a little refill, and you can make your own ink spot. Or in this case, because usually it's just the little berries, you could use your Stampin' Write marker. Now, not the blends. The blends don't, you can't use this for to stamp, to color your stamps. You can only use the Stampin' Write marker. So that's the difference between the blends and the markers in this case. And then last in the kit, you got this little piece of paper here. It talks about spread the joy and connecting with other people. But what I liked was down here for these little foil pieces. Whoa, Nelly. Almost spilled everything. For these little foil pieces, it translates them for you so you know what they are, the ones that are in English, if you're English like me. But anyway, let's go on a little bit. So as you know, I am kind of a paper snob, and I like my cards to have just one more layer on them. So let me fold this one in half so I can just show you real quick. And if you've got your paper pumpkin, you noticed that these card bases are not the normal 5.5 by 4 1/4. If you look, these are in centimeters, so really it's 10.5 by 15 centimeters. So when I went to add a layer to the card, right, I couldn't just take my regular 8.5 by 11, cut it in half, score, and make 2 cards, because then it wouldn't fit on my cards, and it wouldn't fit in the envelopes that they provided with a really pretty envelope insert. So what I decided to do, and this is what I'm going to share with you, is I made my cards, see, because I like this extra layer behind them. So here's what I came up with, and I'll show you how I did those layers with still 1 sheet of cardstock. So I got my little notes here because I'm not very good at metric, but I'm gonna cut my cardstock. So I have the 11.5 up here, right? And I'm gonna cut this first one at, drum roll please, 21 centimeters. I think that, no, that's not. I'm gonna cut at 15 centimeters. See, I already questioned myself. So I got centimeters up here on our new paper trimmer. It has both inches and centimeters. So I'm gonna put my cardstock at 15 centimeters like this, and I'm gonna cut it and then save this little piece for my next card. And then I need to cut it at 21 centimeters. So let me find 21 right there, and I'm gonna cut that little bit off. Don't need that. And then I'm gonna score it at 10.5. Get rid of my cutting blade and use my scoring blade and score my cardstock at 10.5. So now I have a card base that's metric, or not metric, centimeters, well, I guess metric, that exact same size as the card that they sent in the kit. Then the other piece, this piece that's left over, I'm gonna cut this down to 10.5 centimeters. Not very good at this 10.5 thing. Here we go. 10.5, I'm gonna cut it there. Save that for another thing. And then I'm gonna cut this down to, now I lost my train of thought. 15. I want this to be 15 centimeters. There we go. And hopefully that's right, because now this piece is the same size, yes, as my card base. So before I go on, then I'm gonna take the card base that came in the kit, and I'm gonna cut that down to 14.5. Now my fold is up here at the top, so I'm gonna just cut off the edge of the card like this. And then I'm gonna take my fold and put it on the 10 centimeters right here, and then just trim off those bottom two pieces like this. So then I have a piece that is 10 centimeters by 14.5. Okay, now we're done with the paper trimmer. Now, so you take my two pieces. This is the one piece that was 10.5 by 15, and the folded piece, this base here, fits right on there with a little border. And in fact, I'm gonna wait. And then this piece, oh, I'm not done with my trimmer. I'm gonna take another card base, and I'm gonna cut this down to 14.5. And then I'm gonna trim each of these at 10 centimeters. So I'm gonna cut this piece. Now this will be the inside of my card, and this one at 10 centimeters. This will be, that doesn't look right. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Cut this one down, this will be the front of my card. And then I'll just throw those other scraps, all these little scraps and stuff will be trash. Okay, so now where did I have this card? Cut right here, ready for this one. And I have, this will be the front, like this, with just a 0.5 centimeter border. And then this piece, which is the other side, will now be my inside. Yay, I cut all my paper right. Okay, so let's do a little bit of stamping. Let me put all my pieces back in my box so they don't get in my way. And bring in my Just Jade ink. I'm gonna bring in my Pierce mat, because you know with the photopolymer, I like to stamp on my Pierce mat. I'm gonna open this one up, and with the words that I love, and I'll read them to you again. Let me see what they are just a second. But I'm gonna ink them up in the Just Jade and put them right there on the inside. Wishing you a very happy Christmas filled with love and laughter. Isn't that the best saying ever? Perfect for the inside of a card. It looks like that. Then, before I go on, I'm gonna take my cherry cobbler and those little berry stamps. Berry stamp. The berries are on the stamp. And just stamp to add a little bit of character to the inside of my card. And then I'm gonna do the same thing on the inside of the other card. Now I decided that I'm gonna go ahead and just make my paper pumpkin kit all cards. And then I have some alternate projects or some different projects that I just use the stamp set. Because we all need Christmas cards, so I might as well use what we got. And these are quick, simple Christmas cards. And they're really pretty, so let me finish these real quick and then I'll show you. Because I did do a little bit different. And now I put that away and I probably need that again, but oh well, let's go ahead and start putting the inside of our card. And I'm going to use my Stampin' Seal adhesive here. And then, oop, this on the inside. Almost put that on the front. I do like that 1/2 centimeter border right around the card like that. And then I am going to go ahead and take my front piece and just put it right on front of my card. There we go. Again, with that 1/2 centimeter border, so it looks just like that. There's one of them. And then this one here, I'm going to go ahead and put some adhesive along the back. There we go. And put this down on this piece with just that 1/2 centimeter border, so it looks like that. And there's our card bases. Okay, now with those two little pieces that were embossed, the square one, which is a little bit smaller, is going to go on the front of this one. And the rectangle is going to go on the front of this one. So I'm going to just go ahead and put those down. Try to get them centered flat on my card. Oh, I don't think that's straight. Let's see, oh good, I was able to get it off. Let's see if I can get it straight. Does that look better? Yeah, that looks better. Jeez, Kathy. Okay, and then we'll take this one. And we'll put this one on this card. Let's see if I can get this one straight the first time. There we go. On there. Okay, now let's bring in some other pieces from the kit. We don't need those anymore. We don't need the card bases anymore. Let's do piece for the wreath. And we need this piece for the flower card. We'll hang on to our dimensionals and our glue dots. We'll need those too. I've already mounted the stamp set. We'll need one of the wreath die cuts, and we'll need both of the flowers. Like this. And then we'll need one of these and one of these. And of course, you've already seen the envelope, so I'm going to go ahead and put those away too. And then, oh, we'll need our baker's twine. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is stamp. So bring in my Pierce mat again, and on the larger of the rectangles with the Just Jade ink, I'm going to ink up my Merry Christmas stamp. And just stamp that down. Let me make sure he's good and inked. That down. Try to get it centered and straight on my rectangle. Pretty good. And then piece, I want to trade this one out. This one says, and I said we didn't need that stamp set. Now I have to find it. I'm gonna, to the world, I'm gonna bring in the to the world here. And on that little one, I'm gonna do, because I want to do peace, and I'll do peace to the world for my stamp. Right here. Perfect. Okay, and I think we're done stamping, because we've done the inside, we've done, I think we are done stamping. Let's assemble a card. So on the back of this piece, now you could use the glue dots that are in your kit, but just to save time, I'm going to use my Stampin' Seal and put this, we don't need two of those, right here in the center of my copper or the foil banner piece. Then we want to take these flowers. We're going to put one, I believe, on this side and one down here. And I'm going to just hold them about where I want them. Now let me make sure that they don't go off the edge of my card. No, and this one I think I have upside down. There we go, that's better. So that looks good about right there. And then I'm going to just take dimensionals and put them all over the back to hold those pieces on to my banner piece. Now, if you read the instructions, which I'm not very good at, I'm more of I like to see the picture of the thing and then just copy that. It says you should take 18 inches of the twine, and then you kind of weave it around the back like this. Now, after you take the dimensional papers off, that's a good time to take those 18 inches of twine and just seal it down and twist it back or wind it back and forth back there. But I'm not a fan. Now, this is all the fad right now, is to have this on your card like this, but I'm not a fan, so I'm going to do my card this time just a little bit different. Let me show you. So I'm going to just put that centered best I can right there. And then with my 18 inches, and did you realize, I think they showed in the pictures and on the videos, that this right here is a ruler on your instructions, but I'm going to take 18 inches of, maybe I am, come on, baker's twine, cooperate, about 18 inches of baker's twine here. And I'm going to fold it in half, and I'm going to tie a double bow, because I'm not a fan of the behind the scenes, but I like the bows. And behind the scenes, I mean, is that twisty twine behind there just randomly. Let me cut this so I don't get confused as to which is the bow and which is the tail. But tie a little bow like that. That looks pretty good, right? So then, I don't know if you realize or not, but with the baker's twine, you can take your scissors and gently go like this and kind of get your tails to and I'm not going to do it too many times, to curl. Didn't finish my sentence. And then I can get those little tails, have a little curl on the end. This one's too long, we'll trim him down. But now I have a pretty cute little bow. I think this one's too long. Let's trim this one down. There we go. Get rid of that. But now I have a bow that I like much better. And we'll use one of those, where's my take a pick tool? Take your pick tool. A little glue dot from the kit. And I think I'm gonna just lay the glue dot there. And then put my bow right there on my card. So my finished card looks like that. Now this is what the original finished card looked like, or what the instructions look like, and this is mine, which isn't the same, but you can see the different backgrounds too and decide which one you like better. Let's go ahead and make the other card in the kit. And then, like I said, again, I'll show you some of the other projects I've used with the stamp set. So bring this piece in. Now we need to stamp on him, so I'm gonna put him on my Pierce mat. Bring back in that Just Jade and my wreath. Now it's gonna help to have him on a dark space so I can see the inside, because I'm gonna try to line up the inside of the wreath, because I think it goes about like that. Now I don't think it's gonna be perfect. No, I don't think it's perfect at all. There we go. Maybe like that. Lay that down, let that ink sink in. Put my ink pad away. And let's see if I got my stamping even close. Looks good to me. So we'll put that away. Now just a couple dimensionals on the back of him. and set him in the center of this card. I'm going to put him just a little bit higher than center of that. And then on the back of my little piece here with some glue dots, try to get some of the bigger areas of that piece there so the glue dot doesn't hang too much off the edge. And then one more right here. And I'm going to use my take a pick tool to get the backs off. If you just take your pick tool and kind of slide them off, the backs come off a lot easier than trying to use your fingernail, I think. And then this one. There we go. And then lay that atop the little. Now in the kit, which I did not do, it wanted us to tie the ribbon around the little white piece, but I again, and I did one in advance so you don't have to watch me. I took a double bow, just like the first time. And then I'm gonna just put my bow right here. I think I am a bow fan. And with the baker's twine, the double knot like that, it's still thin enough that it won't cost extra to mail, but it looks like a nice thick bow. And then a couple dimensionals on the greeting there. And down here. So that's how I'm gonna make my 8 cards that came in my kit with the cording, and now they'll all fit in the envelope just right, just like that. Oop, this one's upside down. I like that extra layer. Like I said, I'm a paper snob, and for some reason I have to have that extra layer on my cards. But now let me show you a couple different projects that I did with the stamp set. So this one, I took that wreath and the Merry Christmas, and I embossed it in gold. Now this is thick, very vanilla, and I embossed it in gold and added those little berries just to give it some character, all embossed in gold. And this is the ribbon from the annual catalog. I believe it's part of the greenery. Dang, I don't know what, if you need to know what that is, you let me know and I'll leave a comment and figure out which ribbon. It comes in a pack of 3, I believe. But is that not a pretty card? And I believe I saw this on Demonstrator Planning Place on Facebook, because I did go through Facebook and see all the different cards that were out there. This is a Kathy original. I just cut, this is a note card size. I just cut a hole, then I cut a hole in the some Just Jade paper using the circle layer framelits. Now I think these are going to be great with this stamp set to cut out that wreath. And then on the inside it just looks like that. So that's another card you could do. And then I did this little box. So now using those circles and different circles, I just cut out the circles, stamped it on. Now I don't know if you can see, but you know these little bling that I like so much, that's what I covered the little berries with on this box, so it gives a little touch. And this of course is the In Color Designer Series paper that it gives it that wood tone. And then if you open the box, I went ahead and put a little piece of paper on the inside with that inside greeting. I thought that little paper pumpkin, no, not paper pumpkin, what is this called? Hamburger box? I don't remember what these are called. I wished I would have the gold ones, because the gold ones I think would look a lot better than the white ones for Christmas, but that's what I had. And then last but not least, I know this lady's name was Katie Brown, did this card, and look how cute how she made it into a fall theme, and now it's not a Christmas card at all. So I just took that Joy and I stamped it in soft suede ink on soft suede paper. This is Shaded Spruce. I stamped that in Shaded Spruce, and then the rest is Bumblebee. And now I know you've seen me 100 times take the crinkled white ribbon and my Stampin' Blends and color it, but I didn't have a Stampin' Blend that was Bumblebee, so I went ahead and just used my Stampin' Write marker, and it worked just the same. It takes just a second or two longer to dry, but look how pretty and vibrant my ribbon is after I colored it with my Stampin' Write marker. So that's all I've had time to play with my paper pumpkin. Here's all my projects. I hope you like them. I hope you'll give Paper Pumpkin a try. Ooh, I have to show you, November's Paper Pumpkin is all about Jolly Gingerbread Man. So if you subscribe or buy a kit on my online store before November 10th, you'll get November's kit. And let's see what it says. It includes enough supplies, 15 gingerbread themed gift card carriers and envelopes. So if you do gift cards for Christmas, this would be a great kit for you. You can go to paperpumpkin.com and subscribe. I'd love to be your demonstrator. My name's Kathy Howes. I live in Denver, Colorado. Or you could go to my online store, kathyhowes.stampinup.net, and just buy a kit like that. I know I went on and on. I so appreciate you watching. I hope you have a great day and a great week, and I'll see you back here Friday about 1:30. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.